Hi everybody, it's Crystal. I hope that everyone is doing well. I decided to do a video today on cornrows on Afro textured hair because I recently got some cornrows installed, as you can see in the picture. So I had box braids before, so if you want to know how to take care of your cornrows, just stay tuned. In my opinion, they're much faster to install than individual or box style braids. They don't take long at all. And they also have less tension on the hairline in my experience. Because a lot of times with box braids, the braider will try to get all of the hair in the front. And with cornrows, especially the feed-in cornrows, it starts off as thinner at the front. And they just use your real hair at the front. And then you just, as it goes back, it gets thicker. But as your hair goes back, it's thicker. Your natural hair is thicker anyway. And so it's not as much tension on those fine baby hairs in the front. The main thing with cornrows is that they can't be kept as long because of matting. So you probably should only keep them in for maybe about 2 to 3 weeks at a time. That's the way I look at it. Or else you're going to be looking crazy, and we don't really want that. In the morning, if you want sleek edges, after you wake up in the morning, just put on some edge control, slick it back with either your hands or a toothbrush, and put on a scarf. Do that when you wake up in the morning. Then eat breakfast, go on about your morning routine. And before you leave, you just take off your scarf and your edges will be smooth. Just keep the scarf on during breakfast and you'll be fine. For edge control, I like the Smooth and Shine Polishing Revive Oil Edge Smoothing Pomade. And it has olive and tea tree oil in it and it's alcohol free. I got it for a couple of dollars from Dollar General, and I will place a link to it in the description box below. So that's the edge control that I've been using so far. And so far I like it. I also advise you to condition your hair really well in between your braided hairstyles. Just shampoo it really well, condition it really well with heat, and then your hair will be a lot softer and a lot easier for the braider to handle. And it also will help your hair to grow longer because it won't be snapping and breaking off. For deep conditioning treatment, I like to use the Cream of Nature with Argan Oil Intensive Conditioning Treatment is in the red packet. I also get this from Dollar General, and I will leave a link to it in the description box below. I just put it on my hair. I put a plastic shower cap on it. You can get these little clear shower caps for like $10 for $1 at the Dollar Tree. I put the plastic cap on my head and I just run my blow dryer over it for like 10-15 minutes. Or I will leave it on for like 30 minutes without heat, and then I will just like do some work around the house or whatever and let my natural body heat help it to penetrate. Also, sometimes I use like a little conditioning cap that I get from the Dollar Tree. Is gold, and it looks like gold aluminum foil, and I put that over top of the shower cap when I don't want to sit down and use the hair dryer. And I put that over the shower cap, and I just leave the conditioner on my hair for like 30 minutes. So that's also an option. I will leave that cap in the description box below so that you can see what I'm talking about. Basically, I like to use synthetic hair. Even though my real hair is long, I like to use synthetic hair for my braids because it lasts longer. The thing with synthetic hair is a lot of times it may have some kind of residue or something that irritates your scalp. So I recommend you take a cup of apple cider vinegar, fill up the sink with water, put the vinegar in there, and then you soak the extension hair for like about 15 minutes. And then after that, you just rinse the extension hair, and then you just can hang it up in your shower or bathtub to dry. And then it'll be fine to use after that. Whatever residue that was on the hair will be gone and your scalp won't itch. So you can either use regular vinegar or apple cider vinegar. I prefer using the apple cider vinegar. I didn't do that with my first braids that I had, the box braids, and my scalp was itching really badly at first. So I recommend that you do that to get all the residue off of the extension hair. And also, here's the thing with curly or Afro textured hair. You just can't set it and forget it, even with extensions or braids in there. Afro textured hair is just not set it and forget it type hair. You have to keep the hair moisturized. You have to keep the hair very well conditioned, and this does not stop just because you put some braids in there. So I recommend every couple of days you spray with some braid spray or oil sheen, and use a light touch because you don't want a bunch of buildup when you take the braids out. Just make sure that you keep your own hair moisturized and lubricated but you use a light touch, like I said, because you don't want a lot of buildup, but make sure that you get down to where your real hair stops with the braid spray, and use the oil sheen to kind of seal in the moisture afterwards. I don't do this every day. I do this maybe every 2 to 3 days. As for cleaning your cornrows, you can use the ORS Herbal Cleanse. That's like a dry shampoo, and it comes in like a little bottle with a skinny tip. Or you can use the stocking cap method to wash your hair. I'm not very good at explaining the stocking cap method, so you can Google it or either do a Bing or Yahoo search on the stocking cap method. But basically, you just put the stocking cap over your braids. You wet your head with the stocking cap. You put some shampoo in your hand and work up a lather over excuse me, goodness, I can't talk today. Work up a lather over the stocking cap, and then you rinse. So basically, you wash your hair as normal, but the stocking cap is on it, and all the shampoo and water and everything is flowing through the stocking cap, and this keeps your braids neat. After you finish washing them, you can take off your shower cap. You can spray like a leave-in or something on it, and you tie it down with a scarf after applying edge control to your edges. And so then your braids will stay neat. Or if you don't want to do all that, you can use dry shampoo. But it depends upon how long you leave your cornrows in. My last tip is for before you go to the braider, you have to keep in mind that realistically, braiders should be able to braid all types of hair, but we live in the real world, and a lot of times this doesn't always work out that way. A lot of times they will break off kinky or textured hair because they will use like fine combs and all that kind of stuff like that. So just to avoid all that, make sure that your hair is just, try to have your hair in a stretched state before you go in there. If your hair is natural or you're transitioning to natural, try to have the hair very moisturized before you go in, and also try to have it stretched out. Either blow dry it on cool, or do a Bantu knot out, or do something to stretch the hair to make it easier for the braider to braid. Like I said, these braided hairstyles originate with type 4 tightly coiled hair. So theoretically, a good braider should be able to do the best braids on this type of hair, but we live in the real world. That's not always how it works. So I advise you to make sure your hair is moisturized and stretched out before you go to see your braider. If you have any more questions, let me know in the comments below. Please comment and subscribe. And also, if you do choose to subscribe, please click on the bell so that you can get a notification whenever I have a new video that comes up. I do a lot of money-saving tips, life hacks. I do some music. So we have fun on this channel. I love you guys. Take care. Please, please, please subscribe, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.